Hey everyone, it's David here with INN, and joining me today is...
I'm Ben Lesnick with Cloud Imperium.
Which I'm sure everyone knows who Ben is, but so we're here at the offices, CIG's offices
CIG
in LA,
headquarters.
and let me first say it's beautiful in here.
Thank you. I had nothing to do with it.
I know, but I have to say it. It's absolutely amazing. If you ever get a chance to go on one of the tours, do it because it's excellent.
Yeah, Chris had this vision of this creative environment that made you kind of feel it. I mean, it's like the game itself. We want to bring it into the universe, so we have our whole commissary is themed up in the Star Citizen world, and it's great.
The commissary was amazing. Now we're one day after CitizenCon. We just had CitizenCon last night. What did you think of the presentation and how everything went and what was shown?
I thought it went really well. I was really excited to get that the Homestead demo out. Space Worms for the win and all that. Obviously we wish we could have shown Squadron. We worked really hard, and it was a tough decision, and I am very proud of Chris for making that one. I mean, it looks good enough to show and have everybody go wow, but it's not up to his standard, and and I've seen a lot of that in the community. People saying I was kind of disappointed by CitizenCon. I've seen countless other people say, "Oh, CitizenCon was amazing," and I tend to agree with them more, but I do understand. Folks would have liked to have seen Squadron, and you will soon.
I think, and I was mentioning this to you earlier, it seems like while this was a slightly less content-filled CitizenCon, it had the most information, especially with the slides showing the progress in the next year or so, and all the ships.
We're at a point where we are finally, our production is so good, our pipelines are so good that we can kind of accurately predict that now. We know what makes a ship. We can say within a couple weeks when that ship can be ready. It feels really good to be at that point, to be able to pull up an Excel table and see, okay, here's where the last ship is finished, and luckily that just means more ships after that. But it feels good to know roughly when all the ships we've sold are going to be done.
Yeah, it feels really good, I think, for the fans to not only see those ships, but also the gameplay elements that are coming with those ships, mining, salvage, farming, all the things that will make it start feeling...
Yeah, that's very much on Tony. Tony has this plan for essentially a career with each patch in the 3.0 spectrum. It's going to be good, because... We very much have the skeleton there. There's a pretty fun game right now, and now it's time to build it into a world.
Yeah. Lots of the world that we saw yesterday was really good. The procedural planetary tech stuff was beautiful, and it seemed like it was running really well as well.
Yeah.
I mean, how has that process been to kind of watch that grow a bit?
It's incredible. Well, I'll admit myself that I kind of lost track of what video cards work after like the Voodoo 5. But it is pretty cool seeing that come in on just ordinary graphics cards now. And the guys in Germany are wizards. I have no idea how they do what they do, but it's incredible the advances they've made just since they started. I mean, it's hard to believe they started Frankfurt a year ago, and they've done so much.
Yeah, and it seems like they are really growing as a studio, as is Austin, and like all the studios.
We are hiring up everywhere. It's one of those things, people used to worry about, how are we going to sustain this? We didn't worry about that, but kind of the world, how are they going to keep crowdfunding? How are they going to keep this up? And now it's more, how close to the stars are we going to get? It's getting big.
Yeah, it's really great to watch. I mean, watching Frankfurt come online and the things that they've done, watching, all the studios kind of segment off into the specialties has been really exciting as a fan to be able to almost be a part of, really.
Yeah, well, one thing, question, most common question on Reddit, on the forums, anywhere, why should I buy Star Citizen? And when I've answered that in the past, I've said, you shouldn't necessarily buy Star Citizen right now. It's not a finished game. There's lots of work to do. And after this CitizenCon, I don't. That's not my recommendation anymore. I think people should buy Star Citizen, which is a bold statement for someone to make. I know, but just seeing the community, how the community come together, and thinking about the last year of content we've put out. You're not backing for the game. You're backing for the adventure of making the game. The people who got in early, it's not lifetime insurance that makes them special. It's the fact that they got to see the old business hangar and the Arena Commander when it was totally broken, and Arena Commander when it was less broken, and Arena Commander when it was really, really broken again. I wish I had foreseen that back then. I would have pitched that better to people. It's very much backing for the adventure. And at this point, I say everybody go out and buy Star Citizen, be part of this great community, and take part in the highs and lows with us.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yesterday at CitizenCon, one of the large focuses was on community. There was the whole, the video at the beginning of the whole "I'm a Star Citizen" feature, which was great. It was great to see, people like Fastcart and Baron and others on there, which is one thing that I absolutely love about how you guys work and how the company supports the community. But you also came from a different community before. You ran WCC News.
Yes.
Now you weren't able to watch the Wing Commanders being built like we're able to watch Star Citizen, but
it was kind of my dream that I could, though. When I came into all this, that was what I wanted to get across. Let people see how the game is made. I wanted to know what it was like behind the scenes of Wing Commander. I mean, I think specifically about Wing Commander Armada, you could unscramble one of the files, and there was the quotes file of just all these jokes from the development team. And they were all inside jokes. None of them made sense to me, but I could tell that these people were having a better time than I had ever had in my life. And so I wanted to share that with the community, and I think we're doing okay.
I think you guys do, an amazing job.
Thank you.
Honestly, thank you guys for everything you do, and thank you for taking a few minutes to sit down and talk with us today.
Well, thank you guys. I mean, I was in line signing autographs, which again is a really weird experience, and everybody was like, "Oh, thank you, Ben, thank you," and you guys let us do this. We are just the luckiest people in the world. So thank you guys. Thank everybody out there for making Star Citizen a thing. It's the passion, the kindness, the creativity of the community. It adds so much more than our poor powers ever could.
Well, thank you so much.
Sure thing.
Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, and
very good to meet you.
Can't wait to see you again.
And don't be a stranger. Yeah. I love the work you guys do, and anything we can do to help.
Awesome. Thank you. And that's it. We'll see you in the verse.
See you in the verse.